So this is gonna be the video about Black Lotus Tarot and why is it actually created? What's the intention behind it? What is that? The way that carries it forward? What is the different names? There's many different names over the time. If you've been following me, there has been multiple different names. So to give you the origin of the cards, I used to live in New York City from 98 to 2003. And as I work in New York City, long story short, I somehow or another tabbled into the tarot world. Yeah? Other videos, maybe I explain more. And simultaneously, I was introduced to Krishna conscious movement in New York City in 26 2nd Avenue. And simultaneously there was 9/11, yeah, and I saw a movie in New York City that was called Kids, yeah, and it's a really terrible movie. If you come from Eastern Europe, it's terrible for you. If you're American, this is walk in a park. But if you see this movie back in 2000, we're speaking about 25 years ago, it terrified me. I could not believe the state of the youth in America. It shocked my mind. So I always remember that movie, Kids. So over the time when I decided to make a tarot deck, I called it the Kids of Kali Yuga. The incredibly difficult state of mind of teenagers in Kali Yuga in America. Because I'm now coming from America, I come from Eastern Europe, North Europe, yeah? We're speaking about North Pole, yeah? We call ourselves Northern people. So we got totally different kind of culture. We don't have this kind of craziness like America and like South, whatever, Romania, Balkans, all this. We're speaking about something completely different, yeah? We have a country where you have summer 2 months, yeah? 10 months you preparing for that 2 months. So you can have, like, it's a different kind of world. So having this said, I got into Krishna conscious movement, and from there I learned everything about Kali Yuga, right? Kali Yuga, if you haven't heard about it, it's the idea that you have a full circle of time, and then there is like four different kind of ages. You go from gold to silver to bronze to iron age, Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means the demons are gonna take charge. They will take everything from you, and gradually they're gonna drag the whole universe into the mud from every single perspective you can conceive. And they're waiting for this time, long time. So now we're living in Kali Yuga according to Vedic times. So the deck was called the Kids of Kali Yuga, the innocent people of Kali Yuga who are born in here and they are just like wrecked, basically. So the original name was Kids of Kali Yuga, yeah, inspired by that movie from New York City. And then as I'm making a deck, I'm promoting a deck, just like the first few cards online, someone called me up from Germany, one of my god brothers, yeah, same spiritual family. They called me up from Germany and complained about the name, and they asked me to call it something else. And I was very innocent, like, sure, I will call it something else. Whatever, yeah. I couldn't understand for years and years, for fucking decades, really, what was the issue with the name. So from there, we go many different names. Los Angeles Tarot, New York City Tarot, Israel. Because Israel is the turning point of the whole world. You want to know this is where it is. So you gotta, like, if you don't know anything about it, you'll just be taken for a ride. So from there, over the time I decided the best thing is to call this deck a Krishna deck. Yeah, because Krishna is seen in the Vedic world as the center of Godhead. There's many gods, there's many like earthly gods. In the spiritual world, the form of God is not limited to one, it's unlimited. But there is a center, and the center is Krishna, and it has a human-like form. And therefore, our earthly planet is the most important place to be in this whole universe, because you can understand him, you can connect with him. Yeah, planet Earth, better than anywhere else, because he has human-like form, so you need human-like machine to understand him, to develop your soul in that level. So it became a Krishna deck at some point. And then as time goes by, I realized that will be too much revealing. People want to discover things. They want to understand things. Oh my God. I didn't know this, but now I do. So not everything has to be said. The whole beauty of tarot is being able to understand the secrets that are hidden in tarot. And I guarantee you, all of you who's using tarot cards and they think you're in the know, perhaps you are. But if you would really understand the intention of Rider-Waite Tarot that was released 1911, yeah, that become the foundation of the tarot world. If you would really like go over the artwork, look deeply into it, consider the colors, and see what the actual message is for this deck, I don't think you would want to use it. You can even argue all the tarot is in that world, in that crazy manipulated agenda. So therefore, I would say that tarot, like the reason I created this Black Lotus Tarot, yeah, was really to override all the bullshit that has been introduced by all these secret societies. Meaning they trying to drag you in the fucking mud. And the only way to get out of it, to reprogram it, is to make something new and go higher. And not to condemn these people, but to show them the way higher. All of them work on power. So you have to have a power structure in spirit. Once you understand the power structure in spirit, you can make your moves. If you don't understand, okay, you understand, but like if you don't have the strength or the money in the spirit realm, there's nothing you can do, unless you're gonna go and collect and etc. But then why would you want to spend your spiritual money on random things, some earthly battles? So the tarot deck, Black Lotus Tarot, really, and the Black Lotus Club, it is made for those who want to defend themselves against the demoniac agenda of this world. And how you do this? You have to have a contract with all the demons, with all the devas, with all the angels, with all the spirit beings. You have to know them. And you have to have a contract with them that they're not going to disturb you. And there are many different circles of them. And America is using specific one. So does Middle East and Israel use a specific one. So does the Scandinavia, who's making all the computer chips, have one. Let's not forget, all our technology come out from Scandinavia, from Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Estonia is like a little speaker, like a little testing ground, and telling the world what's happening now. Before there were nothing in that world, yeah. But now they introduced in the technological world as well. But all the chips, all the phones, all the iPhone miracles, all this come out of Scandinavia. Yeah? The machines to make the chips are made in Netherlands. And then the Asia is making you all your iPhones and everything. Okay? Why I'm saying it? Why is this important? The computer chips connect you to the different realms. Yeah? Realms higher above. That is the magic. So if you understand it, and you want to operate in this world, and you don't want to be part of any freaking bullshit, you just want to live your life. That's why this thing is created. You get this deck, more or less, you can flash this card of any of these freaking demons and tell them that you have a freaking contract and there's nothing they can do against you. They can go and get other people. So that's what it's about. It's that simple. It's a contract with all the demons, so they are all paid off, so they would leave you alone if you're part of the contract. Obviously, there's a hook. You would ask, well, what is the hook? The hook is you have to figure out who is Sri Krishna. You have to understand it. You have to read Bhagavad Gita. You have to make a connection with him. Number 2, it's not gonna work. Otherwise, demon's gonna eat you alive. So you have to have a genuine backup. That card itself is not enough. But if you have a general understanding, respect for Sri Krishna and his family's movement, his true movement, then most likely, it's a very high chance the demon's gonna do nothing to you. Nothing. Doesn't matter. They're hired by a cartel in Mexico. They're hired by the freaking voodoo people in Africa. They're hired by the Siberian wizard and witches and warlocks. They're hired by Japanese dog worshipping demoniac priests. It doesn't matter. You can go to Thailand, Cambodia and get the best Naga Buddhas. It has a full spectrum contract. So that's what it's for. It's really for your protection. If that is what you're looking for. And you're looking for leverage power in this world and trying to get over the other people and try to get wealthy and rich and famous, it's gonna come and stab you. And it's gonna destroy your whole family, I guarantee you, because that's part of the deal. That's what's coded in the deck. So you're sincere, honest, you want to be protected, you want to worship God and have a mystic experience with the cards? Yes, you can. You can have that deck. And most likely, if you actually are sincere, it's going to protect you. Because it's a contract. There's nothing they can do. There's no money they can pay. It's already paid off. So let's leave it here. There you go. That's the new age. See you next video.